Hi there everybody. In today's video we're going to be having a look at how to create your digital forms and documents on ServCraft. These digital forms and documents are usually filled out on site by the technician or your customer on the mobile application. Some examples of these forms could be a checklist, maintenance sheets, service sheets, and possible COCs. So let's go ahead and create some of the documentation you may need out on site. So what we would do is we would select settings, then we would scroll down underneath the templates heading, we've got forms, and we would go ahead and select create. I'm just going to create a maintenance form, for example. Link the form to a job. I can link it to certain types of jobs. So when we do create that job and select that job type, this form will automatically be on that job. And I can go ahead and create the form. Now, first of all, I can select add item, starting to build the form itself. I can add my entire section, which is a big heading of our form. I can go maintenance list, create that section, add our type. So the type is the type of input that the technicians or the customer would have to give on this particular line item. So let's go ahead and select a table, label our table, and design our table. So I can change this into our first column by just selecting the darker gray, the empty block, and select this and make it a checkbox. So this is a tick that the technicians would just select. Item maintained. Create that. Add an additional column just by selecting the blue plus on the right hand side. Change this to a select, where technicians would then select this option, and then these drop downs would appear of good, moderate, and poor. And I can change the label of this to condition of item and update. Next, I can select an image. So change the type to an image, add a label, take image of item, update that, and technicians would then click on this and add that image of this specific item. Finally, I can add one more column, change it to a text box, and call it additional comments. Then I can start adding my specific items by clicking label rows. So I can add a row and change the name of the row by just selecting where it says new row and change it to aircon A. I can go aircon B, aircon B. And for example, I can add another row of the maintenance that we do of a geyser. There we go. So the technicians know I would need to check aircon A, aircon B, and geyser as is the item maintained? Yes. The condition of the item, the image of that item, and additional comments. I can then go ahead and select update and select save. And there is our first line item of our form. We can also add an additional item, still under the same section of maintenance list, create the type as a text box, and call it additional comments for the entire job. Select save. Let me add a customer signature where the client signs off on the document to make sure that they are happy with what has gone out on site. So on the type, I would scroll all the way down to signature. Select my signature drop-down. Is it a customer or an employee signature? It is a customer signature. And then the label, I could say, I, the customer, agree that the above is correct. Select my section again, and select Save. So we've got a signature field now for the client, and finally let's add a signature field for our employee. I agree as the technician out on site that the above is correct. And save. That's it. Once we are happy with that, we can go ahead and select Make Live and select Make Live. Once we've made it live, this form will now be on the job cards when we select the job types installation, installation of geyser, and points. And that's the end of this forms video.